What's up guys, Fred here. Before we start today, I'd just like to say an apology for not uploading for about 2 weeks, because basically it was because of this video which I couldn't get onto my laptop because I got quite angry when it wouldn't work. And yeah, I punched my laptop screen, it's all repaired now, and so we're back. Yeah, it worked eventually, right. Right, so today we're doing a tier 3 car comparison with the Messenger, Forza, S12, Snake and Vintage. So with the general things first, the Messengers cost 35,000 credits, Forza 59,000, 60,000 basically. The Snake cost 299 CR dollars, the S12 18,500 credits, and the Vintage 749 CR dollars. I can't remember the exact comparisons, so like if you compare how much a CR dollars cost, the Snake is effectively 50,000 credits, and the Vintage is about 150,000 credits. That's if you're buying credits, CR dollars to buy credits. It's something about that. So the S12 is the cheapest and the Vintage is the most expensive, even though I say the S12 is probably the best to use if you want to use any of them. Maybe the Forza, but haven't used it though. So we got the handling. The Messenger's got 64 handling, the Snake with 39, Vintage has 66, the Forza has 70, and the S12 has 74. But I find the S12 just turns so well at speed, which is partly partly to blame for how when you have just like a bomb going off anywhere near you, it will flip over. The Snake, however, it doesn't turn well, but it doesn't get flipped over by bombs and that. The Vintage the same, but it turns reasonably well, and the Messenger the same, but it will get flipped over onto its side because you can do two wheels quite well on it, especially in the old lobby. The speeds, they generally vary from the 60 to 70 area. Messenger's only 59, Snake is 66, Vintage 67, Forza 72, and the S12 70, although it feels a lot faster than that, it feels more like 80. The brakes on the Messenger I think are the best. No, it's not. The Vintage's got pretty decent brakes. The brakes on the Messenger are 72, on the Snake 52, 78 on the Vintage, 74 on the Forza, and 65 on the S12, although they feel better as well, they feel like 70 or so. And the acceleration, 65 for the Messenger, 69 for the Snake, sorry I didn't laugh at that, 76 for the Vintage, 70 Forza, and 78 for the S12. So they're generally around the 70s mark, although the Snake and Messenger are a bit below that, Vintage on it, and it's Forza and S12 above it. So the other like stats, which I sort of work out myself, looks they all look generally pretty good. The S12 looking the best in the pink colour, which it just suits itself in pink, or any bright colour really, white, light blue, yellow, something like that. So I say that looks the best. The driving feel, also the S12 and the Vintage, they turn quite well and they've got decent speed. Stabilisation, the Snake, it won't ever be flipped over unless you've got like a nuke going off nearby it. The others do flip over, or the Messenger, it goes onto two wheels really easily. And the turning range of them between about 6 and 8. The Snake and Messenger turn, but they don't. They take a while to get a move on. And the Forza and the Vintage, they turn reasonably well. And then the S12 turns very well, much better than the others. I could have put it as 9, but. So how well they work on each track, and so we've got the Messenger. Well, in Old Town they're all around the 6, 7, 8 area. Forza's much better because it's faster. Pits they're a bit worse because Messenger can flip over a lot easier. Sandblast 6, 7's area, although Messenger can flip over, it's got space to get up some speed. Frostbite 5s and 6s because any car can flip over there. Harbour 7s and 8s because it's a big track, you can get loads of speed. And you don't really need to slow down much. Dino Canyon's 6s and 7s really, because the Forza can flip over quite a bit there. It's definitely taken the S12 and Messenger, but the Vintage and Snake, they don't fall over, they're not that fast. The Snake's probably the best car to use there. Then they go on to pit 2, Messenger again, same with the other pit, it flips over so easily. Forza and Snake, and S12 and Vintage, sorry, have I put them as 6 because they got decent speed to gain, but they flip over quite easily. But the Snake doesn't; it's pretty stable. The factory Messenger again I give him 5 because it flips over in the bit at the bottom where you can flip over, and that's That's why, like the Forza, they've all probably been lowered by 1 point because of that. Crazy Heat, given them all 6 and 7s because you got a biggish arena. Crashdown 5 because you can flip over quite a bit in the middle, especially with the messenger on the ramps. And on Runway, I've given the Snake and Forza 8 because they can get quite a bit of speed if you want to go between the checkpoints. Although it's still not that good a track for them. Still use the Typhoon and Velo over any of them. Scrapyard, Forza's good there because you can get to speed between the checkpoints. Snake's also pretty good, but the turning's not so good. And S12 is sort of on the boundary between 6 and 7 because they got the tight turns. You can go to pretty fast speed. And then the Vintage and a Messenger, they both on 6, 7 and 6 because they're pretty good. They've got reasonable speed but can turn quite well. And then Midnight Rides, Messenger, it turns too well really for that track. And so is the S12 in a way. If you're on the Typhoon with quite good speed, you can turn at full speed and get round the corner or around the inside. So if you're on the S12, you'll hit the barriers. So those scores added up. The Messenger's the worst out of all of them, I'd say. Then the Vintage and the Snake are pretty close. And then the Vintage and S12, sorry, and the Snake and Forza are probably the 2 best choices to make, so whichever one you prefer the 2. They're a similar price overall, even though the Snake's for CR dollars and the Forza's for credits. So which car would you choose out of these 2? I mean, oh, sorry, I chose the S12 when I was doing this. Yeah, because the S12 does feel better to drive, I say. Turns better. And although I haven't driven the Forza myself, I know it's a good car to drive, because I've heard people say about it. When it first came out, people were saying how it's pretty good for the price at the time. Although at the time it was 3,000 CR dollars, which was a complete rip-off. But when you had, like, the Matador was 10,000, but then as soon as the Freddo came out, everyone bought that. So that became a rip-off then, that's why it's much cheaper now. And the S12 is just over a third of the price. I think it's 17,000 credits, and the Forza is 50,000. But it has basically the same stats. The only thing that is a sort of penalty for that is it flips over quite easily. But I'll still choose the S12, and yeah, it's sexy in that pink. I just drive it around because I love the colour. Although I did get my lowest ever score on Dyno, which was like 200 something. I don't even think it was that. I got 11 checkpoints because there was nukes going off everywhere. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like and comment on the video. Say what cars you'd like me to compare next, or if you want me to compare some tracks, I could do that as well. And please subscribe to my channel for more gameplay and car track comparison videos. And just one last thing, because I've started sixth form in the last few days, I will be working a lot harder at school, and so I'll be uploading 2-3 videos a week. I'll try and make them a bit better, like longer videos, not just races. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next few days sometime. See ya.